Hello, my name is Ron Irwin. In this video is going to show you how you can take and earn $100 in 3 days time using a borrowed dollar. It's so easy a child can do it. This is so simple you'll wonder why we even have homeless people in the world. No sales experience needed, no computers needed, bad credit, no credit, that's all okay. The only skill that you need is the ability to count. Now you may be wondering why I did this video. Well, here's my story in a nutshell. I worked for a company for approximately 20 years, and in that 20 years, the 50 hours work week was normal. Then suddenly the bottom dropped out of the business, and suddenly everybody was told 32 hours. Well, needless to say, things got a little ugly for us, and by 2003, we were faced with foreclosure on this house that we're still living in today. I was fortunate enough to meet my mentor. His name was Dick Schnars. He gave me the book Think and Grow Rich. And when he handed it to me, he said, the answers you're looking for are in this book. So I took and I studied the book. I applied the book, and by 2005, we purchased our first duplex. By 2008, we owned 44 apartments. By 2012, we owned 70 apartments and over 30 garages that's being used for storage. And we are currently negotiating on another building that will add at least 10 more units and 5 more garages to our portfolio. Now, the reason for this video is most of the time when I talk to somebody about helping them with their financial future, change their financial future, I hear the same thing all the time. I don't have any money. So in this video, I'm going to show you that it does not matter how much money you have, where you're at in your life, it's just a matter of starting. So here's what we're going to do. If you talk to any financial guru or anything like that, they're going to tell you that you need to start 3 jobs. And they're going to label these jars saving, investing, and tidings or charities. Now that looks like it might spell sick. And some people might think that's what you got to do. Just sit on your butt and the money's going to roll in. Well, it doesn't work that way. This actually stands for start investing today. So now if you take and look at this here and how we're going to work this out. So do a little chart right here. And let's say day 1. And this will be the start of the day and then the end of the day. So on day 1, we're going to have $0 in our savings. We're going to have $0 in our charity. And we're going to borrow $1 for our investment. What we're going to do with that $1, we're going to go to a dollar store and we'll go and buy a package of pencils. For this example, we're going to assume that one package equals 10 pencils. Then we're going to go out and sell those pencils. Now you may say, well, wait a second. I sell pencils for $1 a piece. Why is anybody going to pay $1 a piece for pencils? Well, make yourself a little sign like this that says a portion of these proceeds will be donated to a charity. Now, we're not going to lie. We're going to donate these proceeds to a charity. Now, if somebody really pushes you for an explanation on it, you just flat out tell them the truth. Just say, hey, I'm down on my luck. I know I'd like to go donate to a charity. I don't have any money, and I came across this plan that allows me to put a little bit of money into my own pocket and also take and donate to a charity and ultimately show other people how to do the same thing. So, now here we go. So we went out and bought our package of 10 pencils and we sold those 10 pencils. So at the end of the day, end of the first day, we're able to put $3 into our savings. We're going to put $3 into our charity, and we'll put $4 into our investing. We'll pay $1 back, basically that we borrowed, and so we're going to end up with $3. So 3, 3, and 3. Day 2. We're going to take this $3 here, and we're going to take and be able to buy ourselves 3 packages of pencils or 30 pencils. So once we take and sell those pencils, we're going to be able to add $10 here, $10 here, $10 here. So at the end of the day here, we're going to have our $13, about $10 here, we're going to have $13 here. Okay. We're going to take this $10 here. We'll buy 10 packages of pencils, which should be 100 pencils. We sell them. We're going to have ourselves $33 to put in this account, $33 to put in our investment account, and we'll put the extra dollar into our charity account. So right there, we found out in day 3. So in 3 days' time, we was able to make $100. Now, you may feel that I cheated you a little bit because we're putting some in savings, we're investing some, and we're going to give some to charity. So you may say, well, wait a second, I didn't get $100. Let's take day 4. Let's just do one more day. Day 4, take the 33, and now you're able to buy 33 packages or $330 or 330 pencils. Sell that out, you get $330. So you're now adding $110 to this account. You're adding $110 to this account. You're adding $110 to this account. And so we'll cross here, and we're going to total that out. And so we're going to have $156 in our savings. We're going to have $110 ready to invest again. And we're going to have $157 over here for our charity. That was just in 4 days' time. Now I got to ask a big question here is, if you've seen other people that was down their luck, you think you can take and show them this formula and say, hey, show you how to get $100 in 3 days' time, but what I'm going to ask is that you pay me 25% of that. Well, of course, sooner or later you could find somebody that would need the money and would agree to that. And that's part of the secret to getting wealthy. It's other people's time and other people's money. That is the key that we found in our real estate venture, is the true formula for financial freedom. OPM, OPT. Other people's money, other people's time. Now, if you borrowed $1, that was other people's money. Other people's time. It's just like going into a big box store, whether it be a department store, do-it-yourself center, whatever. You have employees. All those employees are trading their time right now to take and make somebody else financially free. So you're going to take and ask these people if they'd be willing to do that. And let's see how this plays out. So you ask your buddy John, and he says, hey, yeah, I'm in. What do I got to do? And so you tell him, and so at the end of the first day, he sells his pencils, and so he owes you $2.50. And then on the next day, he sells all his pencils, and he owes you $7.50. And then, on the third day, he takes and sells $100 worth of pencils, and so now he owes you $25 on the third day. And the fourth day comes down here, and so now he owes you $82.50. Now, if we total all those down there, we come up with $117.50. So you can see how easy that could take and start building you what's referred to as residual income. This is using other people's time. Now this is John here, and maybe you got Mary and Bill and all that, and it just goes on across however many. Let's assume that you have 10 people that you show this to. Times 10, this $117 becomes $1,175. So you take that and add to what you already took and earned over here, and you have $1,598. Let's assume that you did this in an 8-hour day. That would come out to $199.75 per hour. I'm not sure if you noticed the news lately or not, but there's people protesting trying to get McDonald's workers $15 an hour. Now, I just showed you that in 4 days' time, you have taken show some other people how to do this exact same plan that you could be making almost $200 an hour. Now, I do have a little bit of confession to make. I mean, we're not using people here. We're taking that in apartments. That's all we do is just keep that in an apartment. But one of the things I've been telling people for years is that you have to take action. Action is the important part. And I found that that's a little bit flawed. And I can show you this here, but unless you actually do it, then it doesn't matter. It has to be a positive action. You have to follow the plan. I mean, I can pick up my TV remote here, and that's an action. The positive action is pushing the power off button, shutting the TV off. It gives me time to do something like that. That's the positive action. The other thing is, say you're going on vacation, you get your maps, you drive everything out, and you start driving down the road. That's an action step. But if your plan calls for you to go south and you travel north, that's not a positive action. If you're supposed to turn right, you turn left, that's not a positive action. You take an action, but it's not a positive action. So you're not going to get where you're wanting to go if you're not taking positive action. PA, positive action. Let's see here now. The other thing you might be thinking is if everybody sold pencils, pretty soon that everybody's going to have pencils. The supply and demand is going to take and meet up here. So what if I could take and show you a very similar thing to this, except we're going to use the deregulation of energy. I mean, really, who doesn't know somebody that uses either electricity or natural gas? And as far as the new technology is coming out, I just see that all we're going to be using more and more electricity. So what if you build your residual income based on somebody using electric? That means all over the world you could actually be getting money from people using electricity or natural gas, not only in other states, but eventually in other countries. So here's what I want to take and do. I'm going to show you here a website. It's kind of funny because it says about the PA, positive action. Now, and we're set energy on the gold rush part of this. The reason we're saying gold rush is because some of the wealthiest people in the world is saying that the deregulation of energy is going to be the biggest shift of wealth that the world has ever seen. And so they're saying it's going to be the next gold rush. So now we have www.pa.energygoldrush.com. It's about a 5-minute video, and it's going to go through all the steps. It shows you exactly what I just showed you with building residual income. The first one use energy. Now, the only thing I want to take and say before you leave the site, go check out this other video. I want you to take and hopefully take one thing away from this short video here. And that is, if you are not financially free today, if you can't write a check out for $500 today and not feel bad about it, then you are not financially free. And whatever plan that you have been following is not the right plan. Stop listening to your relatives. Stop listening to your friends. You need to take and follow a plan that somebody has set for you. There's a ton of books out there that can be read. There's videos that can be watched, YouTube, you go to the library, you get this stuff free. It doesn't cost a thing. And as I showed you earlier, you could borrow a dollar and you could be making $200 an hour, almost $200 an hour. So I just want to take and say I was very fortunate to meet up with my mentor. He's a multimillionaire. He gave me some advice. We followed the advice, and in 7 years' time, we became millionaires. The thing that I learned from that is if you follow a follower, you will always just go in circles. If you follow a leader, you can go anywhere you want. And I just really want people to be able to be in control of their financial freedom. With taking in closing, I want to take and say that I'd like to point out that most people, whenever they start making money, they realize, wait a second, it's really easy to make money. The hard part is keeping it. And the reason that is because most people don't know the difference between an asset and a liability. On the next video, I'm going to cover that, what is assets, what's liability, and we will post that video, but the first thing, we want 1,000 likes on this video. Once we hit 1,000 likes on this video, we'll put the other video up. That'll be a follow-up to this here. Once you start making money, you're going to want to know how to keep it. You're going to want to know how to build your assets, limit your liabilities. And again, that is very simple. Very, very simple. Most people don't understand. Ask any lottery winner. They're usually broke short time afterwards, simply because they just don't know the difference. Want to recommend one other book before I go, and that is The Richest Man in Babylon. I recently read that book, and it is an excellent book. It is a highly recommended book by a lot of people, and I suggest if you don't have the money to go buy that book, you go to the library and find it and read it immediately. So, in the meantime, I just wish the best for you. Again, take and like this video, click like, click share. Let's get it out there. Let's get 1,000 likes so we can take and move on to our next video. All right, thank you.